Thank you. Good evening. Thank you for your time today. I appreciate my name is Felix Chong. I'm with Core Telematics. I'm direct responsible for product marketing and management of Prism Pro, which is our award-winning platform for managing network connectivity. I appreciate everyone's attendance here. I know it's 7 p.m. on a night in Las Vegas it shows your dedication to your cause and the learning. The free complimentary wine and beer probably doesn't hurt either. With that, I know the sessions have been going on since about 8 a.m., so I know that there's a lot of knowledge that's been thrown your way. So I'm going to try to boil it down and tell you sort of what Core is and how we fit into the picture in the MDM landscape. Essentially, Core, all we're focusing on is providing network connectivity. For those of you out there who are developing applications, you're focused on your vertical, whether it's fleet tracking, asset management, mobile health. You're working on your device, you're working on your application, your back end, your web servers, etc. The last thing you want to do is actually work on negotiating contracts with carriers, setting up network connectivity, getting geo-redundancy, etc. So Core's mission with what we've done with Prism Pro is very straightforward. It is simply giving you the widest variety of network connectivity options. So with that, a lot of people here probably don't know much with Core. I'm not going to bludgeon you with 60 pages of PowerPoint slides, but just give you a quick, simple snapshot of Core. Core as a company has been around more than 10 years. All we want to do is provide MDM network connectivity. The company was started by a person named Alex Brisbane, who's here, our president here, which shows his dedication to the cause. It's very straightforward. We give you multiple geographically redundant connections to multiple network carriers. We've put over 2 million devices live on the various cellular networks as well as satellite network connectivity. We have more than a dozen network providers from GSM, CDMA, as well as Iridium and Inmarsat for satellite connectivity when you're in an area which doesn't have cell connectivity and you have a high-value asset that needs to be able to connect to the internet. We've had 30% year-over-year compound annual growth. And we've certified more than 1,000 devices to connect to cellular networks. So a lot of that work here has been around application frameworks. And you focus, when you're starting out, developing your application, working on your device, what often turns out to be a big gotcha is simply device certification. So the fact that we've spent a lot of time and effort to get over 1,000 devices certified really helps you improve your time and speed to market. The core proposition is very simple. This is probably one of the last slides I'm going to show. It's if you're going out there with network connectivity, you can connect to AT&T, Verizon, Vodafone, EE, Inmarsat, Iridium. Those are all separate connections where you have to do interconnect, you have to integrate into their systems, you have to integrate with their APIs, you have to set up VPNs, network connectivity. With Core, all we're trying to do is provide one single integration. You integrate with us once, you get access to all of our network carriers available. One of the things that separates us is that we can move quickly. We've talked with a number of carriers, and we've had customers who come to us in an urgent need. We can get them set up from an executed contract to live on a network with SIMs, powering their application within a week. We've done this for multiple customers. We've also won a number of awards. Prism Pro is our platform for where you manage all that connectivity. We try to do what we call make it carrier agnostic, so that your carriers function the same regardless of how you're integrated. So if you're suspending or deactivating a device, it functions exactly the same. We'll show that when I switch over to the Prism Pro portal. So Prism Pro is a complete application lifestyle, application life management tool. It covers everything from ordering SIMs, whether it's AT&T, Vodafone, EE. We have a simple form that's available that gives you access. You don't have to manage inventory. You get it in order to us. We'll send it out to you next business day. Makes it simple. You can carry and manage SIM inventory if you want, or you come to us and let us do it, and then you just order as you need it. With Prism Pro, everything shows up. So right now I'm showing you our dashboard. This is where most of our customers spend their day and where they start out. You can see simply here, this is a demo account. This is, you see it says Smart Wireless in the corner. This is an internal account on Prism Pro that we use ourselves. So this functions as if it was a customer account. So here I can see the number of devices. I've got a nice histogram for active stocks devices. I can see the amount of usage across my entire account on a daily basis. And then I can see a running data total for my account as the month progresses. With M2M connectivity, it's not the same as consumer. Consumers are used to, $30 a month gives me 3 gigs of access. M2M connectivity is much more nuanced. We often talk with companies who are starting out and they say, well, I can get this amount of data. And oftentimes they're talking to someone at their local store where they think of consumer applications. M2M presents its own set of challenges, and cost containment is a very important part of any M2M deployment. When you start talking about higher data volumes, 3G, 4G, LTE speeds, you can run up a lot of data very quickly and generate extremely large overages. So with Prism Pro, since we're focusing just on the network connectivity, we put a lot of effort into providing thresholds and alerts and dashboards so you can manage across tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of devices. Here, as I continue through the dashboard, you can see the amount of inventory you have. We can see that there are 250 active devices on this count, the number of SIMs that I have available in stock, and other ones which have been scrapped and are no longer in use. You can see your status of your trouble tickets. We use this here internally. You can automatically open and track and work with our support teams through Prism Pro without having to pick up a phone or reach out through any other means. Simple, one integrated place to manage everything and control your entire account. The bottom part of the screen shows thresholds. When you start talking about data, SMS, voice, a lot of effort needs to be put into that because you often start out with devices. You might have a 5 meg plan, for example, in the type of industry. If you quickly run that up, overages are going to really run up the bill, and that becomes a problem as you go across tens of thousands of devices. So then if we switch over here, we created an entire dashboard with alerts. Oops. Yeah. Here's our alert dashboard. Allows you to track a daily, monthly usage of data, SMS, voice, etc. Allows you to see if there's been a threshold attached for all your devices. We have a nice little histogram here which shows you if a device has exceeded its individual threshold. This green simply means this device has generated some usage, but we don't forecast it to exceed its threshold. Red means it has exceeded its threshold. You'll get a daily email, and we're looking at some alternatives for additional notifications, whether potentially SMS or some other options, as well as automated triggers, which would allow you to, upon exceeding a certain threshold, automatically deactivate the device. Then we start talking about deployments. It's oftentimes a challenge to figure out your coverage. We've gone to great effort and expense to create interactive coverage maps. Here, I'm looking at a coverage map for our Vodafone product. You can see there are different colors. When you start talking about international deployments, there can be very wide ranges of cost structure. We'll often see a 10x to 12x, even sometimes 20x difference in the cost per meg, depending on the country where you're deployed. So with these interactive coverage maps, we've listed these countries by the various rates and cost structures, and you can control and limit the countries where a particular device has gone. So if you want to pay for just the cheapest, you can block all other networks and you can contain any costs. So if the device goes outside of that country, you've blocked any other roaming, and you can ensure that you don't run up any unnecessary bills. This interactive coverage map is very straightforward. It gives you not quite as pretty as a Google map, but it does the job. It gives you ability to search by street address, country, city, state, zip code, as well as input of latitude and longitude. And we've built this for almost every single one of our major product lines. So here we're showing now, we've moved over to Core CDMA, which is powered by Verizon. I could also go over, if you're a Prism Pro user, switch over and see AT&T's network coverage. So The next step is you've ordered SIMs, you want to be able to do billing reporting. We have a comprehensive suite of billing and reporting options. You can come on here, you can look at your invoices. We have what's called summary files, which will give you the ability to download a comprehensive report of all of your CDRs for a given month, as well as what we call a SIM summary cost report, which gives you a complete downloadable file. When you start talking about tens of hundreds of thousands of devices, you want to be able to get access to a wide variety of data and track your specific usage. We've given you a lot of reporting where we give you a bulk export out of everything in your account. Makes it easy for you to manage. You can crunch the numbers in Excel. You can load them into your own data warehouse if you need. We have some customers who will then integrate this data and put it into a SQL server where they do their own business analytics. So we've talked about a lot of things here, of everything from being able to order SIMs, activate, deactivate, change plans. Important other point I would like to make is that when you talk about the fact that we've integrated with more than a dozen carriers, we create a consistent experience. So we've gone to the effort of integrating with all of these other carriers, which means that you can activate or deactivate or make plan changes within 10 minutes. So we'll have customers where they activate it, they send the activation request to Prism Pro, comes around, and within 10 minutes, that SIM is live, ready for testing, ready to get deployed into the field. So with that, we're running a little short on time. I know we've been running late. I'd like to summarize it by simply saying Prism Pro is simply a tool for you to get access to more than a dozen GSM, CDMA, and satellite providers. The goal here when you're working on an M2M application is you're trying to focus on your application. You're an expert in fleet tracking, asset management, mobile health. The last thing you need to do is try to develop an expertise in cellular or satellite network connectivity. The whole goal with Prism Pro is to give you a single platform to manage all of your connections. It's one thing when you think about managing and going out and cutting deals with individual carriers, going to an AT&T or Verizon. That becomes a big management burden over time. So integrate with Core, and you have a single point of access for all of your connectivity needs. Thank you very much for your time.